लेकिन प्रैक्टिकल में आप थोड़ी सी विशेष आत्माएं प्रैक्टिकल में पल रहे हो। परमात्मा पालना है, परमात्मा श्रीमत, उसी श्रीमत से चल रहे हो, पल रहे। ऐसे अपने को विशेष आत्माएं अनुभव करते हो, अपने महानता को जानते हो। वर्तमान समय तो ब्रह्मांड आत्मा महान है और भविष्य में भी सर्वश्रेष्ठ महान हो। द्वापर में भी आपके चलचित्र इतने महान बनते हैं, जो कोई भी चित्रों के आगे जाएगा तो नमन करेगा। इतनी आपकी महानता है, जो आज दिन तक अगर किसी भी आत्मा को बनावटी देवता बना देते, लक्ष्मी नारायण बनाएंगे, श्री राम बनाएंगे, तो जब तक वो आत्मा देवता का पाठ बजाता है, उस आत्मा को भी जानते हुए ये साधारण मनुष्य, लेकिन जब देवता रूप का पाठ भी बजाते तो भी उस साधारण आत्मा को भी नमन करेंगे। आपके रूप की महानता तो है, लेकिन नामधारी आत्माओं को भी महान समझते। तो ऐसी महानता अनुभव करते हो, जानते हो, वह अनुभव करते हो, समझते हो, वह इमर्ज रूप में अपने को अनुभव करते हो, क्योंकि मूल आधार है अनुभव करना।
बड़ी मन भावनी मुरली प्रेम से प्राणों को सींचे, रसीली तान की ये डोर आपकी ओर ही खींचे, आपकी ओर ही खींचे। रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में, रूहानी स्नेह का जादू आपकी मीठी बातों में।
Om Shanti. Become full of the treasure of happiness, have the fortune of happiness, and be happy and cheerful. One who uplifts others, especially with the power of your mind, with the power of your words, with the color of your company, with the love of your relationships, and with the unending treasure of happiness. Continue to donate constantly. Any soul who comes into contact with you, let him go away having become full with the treasure of happiness. When you become a constant and great donor in this way, you will be called one who uplifts others. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 26. Become full of the treasure of happiness. Have the fortune of happiness and be happy and cheerful. Today's topic, one who uplifts others. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone is okay. I don't know how much you hear or get vibrations of what is happening at Peaceful Action. It's very, very beautiful gathering of many, many instruments. Meeting actually finished. Some left, some are leaving within a day or two. I know that whatever Baba says, something different and new. I know that he had been saying for quite a while, check your stock, check your stock. And then generally our stock is more, we have enough grains or we have everything in stock. But this stock, Baba is talking more in the soul, in the thoughts. So I was wondering why Baba keep emphasizing on the treasures of love, of peace, but Baba know that the needs of the soul, all the souls, what they need at present is some kind of power, virtue. And that Baba calls as upliftment. Because there is confusion, sometimes lack of hope, sometimes path is not clear, no enthusiasm. That's very, very common emotional needs of the soul. So now I realize that how even within Brahmin family, I keep asking, do you need anything? Do you need? No one needs anything. Baba, all places, Baba's all instruments, they are full. But then when it comes to real cooperation or charitable actions, it is more what soul can share with other soul. This becomes a kind of nature to share, to give. It's really, it's the nature. Some have that nature of charity. And very altruistic feelings that they want to serve, they want to cooperate. So I like it that now is the time to use our treasures, multiply it. So that is possible, like whole day, many situations come. But I stay peaceful. I accumulate peace in the thought. Love. So as many qualities, as many virtues, powers I use, that is added to my treasure stone. So you will really today relate to, it's almost the end of the month, where we had been listening to Baba's Avyakti signals from Avyak Murlis, how to accumulate power of happiness or treasure of happiness. So Baba is saying that one who uplifts others, upliftment, especially with the power of your mind. So we cannot allow wasteful thoughts, weak thoughts. Always maintain hope, always maintain love, always maintain courage. Keep going on maintaining. That is where the storage will get full. So it is the power of, with the power of your mind, with the power of words. Our words should be so enlightened, awakening, empowering. Never, never say anything where anyone can lose hope and say, oh, I don't know now what I do in my life. So it's very interesting to see what's the quality of our words. So Baba says the power of your words with the color of your company. What do people learn? Because whatever type of actions or our relationships will be, others are also watching it, right? So there should be such beautiful and loveful relationships so that anyone who is around us can also take that, be colored with that. Color of your company with the love of your relationships and with the unending treasure of happiness. Happiness should be most easy, but seems to be most difficult. To remain happy all the time. Continue to donate constantly. Continue to donate constantly. And really nothing material, nothing involved into what we have to donate. Everything is the powers and the virtues. Any soul who comes into contact with you, let him go away having become full with the treasure of happiness. was, you all don't understand Hindi, many, some do, that very famous, it's a radio program or television program in India. It's called Year 24. So this person is interviewing a very, very famous saint of India, very famous guru, about Brahma Kumaris, and very long. I felt like he's really like a BK. The answers he gave, even I couldn't think of. Like he's asking him that why this Dada Lekhraj is given the name Prajapita Brahma. How can it be? But from the scriptures, the way he explained, that person couldn't say, and he accepted that yes, he is Brahma. About money, about. But one thing he said, that most of the things, when you are in Shantivan or wherever, is the energy which you feel, the power which you feel, the happiness which comes, which is not given by anyone, but that shows. And then he said how the world, everyone tells them you are in depression, you are this, doctors will give a lot of medicine, but it's only Brahma Kumaris who can change that and help people to come out of this depression. Like he was saying, such beautiful thing. And then explaining also about, they have a lot of points about doubt. So I'm just giving examples in the sense of, it's such a clarity he was giving. When you become a constant and great donor in this way, you will be called one who uplifts others. So what is service now for us? How to donate, but then every time, whole day, how to keep more and more stock full. And if stock is full, then I can definitely donate. The very subtle service, right? Mansa Seva, Baba says, serve through the mind. And that's the highest kind, because the life changes. Person looks lighter and happier. That should be the personality of Baba's every child. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Oh,
I'm interviewing you, Sister Mohini. Is it on? And how are you doing?
I think I am doing very well.
You seem to be abject.
Mhm.
You seem to be very quiet this evening.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Because I had been talking a lot all day. Yeah, but I'm fine. Yeah.
you're fine. So, this month of May, we have been looking at happiness and experimenting with it and trying to understand happiness, and not just understand it, but feel it in the soul. Joy is intrinsic to the soul, and happiness is something that Baba constantly connects to the treasures. So when we have limitless access to Baba's treasures, so how do those treasures emerge this happiness from the soul? Is it connecting to that intrinsic joy? And then happiness is given an expression when the soul realizes, my God, thank you so much for giving me the truth, for making me connect to that truth within me. And that emerges as happiness.
I think that majority of us, or even I can say for myself, that service and the task and duties and responsibility keep kind of surfacing that, oh, I have this to do, or I have this to do. So sometimes the joy and happiness is not fully, like we are not expressing that. But when you are really, your intellect is not towards service projects or tasks, then you feel really, really kind of joy, lightness, and from there, when you think or your intellect works, then as Baba says, you have to be bestowers. The quality of bestower emerges from there. And this is what is needed at this time. But the quality of bestower, one is, okay, I have to give message, no, new students course, that's not a real bestower. Real bestower is what Baba is talking today. So I think that we have to see how we can give time to our mind and intellect, that maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, you can think about service and remain quiet, be with Baba. I was asking people, do you give enough time to yourself? And most of the people feel they can do a little better, they can do a little more. Even like our life is really full and we are sustained by God, everything is so good. We keep ourselves very occupied too. But then to look at our treasures, we have to give time to ourselves, definitely. And in that, your intellect has to be completely free from external anything, service especially.
So, Sister Mohini, this aspect of protecting my intellect from the influences of others on the field of service. We do have to interact with human beings, Brahmins and non-Brahmins, when we serve. And I remember in New York, when I first came here, one of the things that you always made me aware of, I wasn't always obedient to that, but you always drew my attention to the influence that others would have on me, being at the UN, working on projects with other Brahmins. And so how do we keep ourselves beyond the influences of others when I'm spending time with them and my intellect is engaged with them on service projects?
I know that when Brahma Baba one time told me that listen to everything, have information of everything, because that was my role also, to keep all the information. Even at UN, we need to know what's happening all over the world. But how that information doesn't change my energy or influence to an extent that I start thinking in that way. And I noticed once or twice, but basically until now, that practice of listening to people's stories, listen to whatever they going through so that we can help. And up to certain point, like it has gone in the intellect because I'm listening, but I'm not taking in that kind of influence. I'm very attentive. So I'm like, it can't enter in a way that my logic, my reasoning, everything get influenced, and I want to keep that because, of course, one is going to Baba, getting message from Baba, or clarity about everything based on Baba's Shrimad, not really what I am hearing and all that. So I think if you pay attention, and I know that, let's say one of the important topic of human rights, right, or dignity, and I know that you talk about this both. Lot of time you did mention, and I said, well, she's talking of human rights based on what she hears at UN, and I will see it in a different way. Or you always talk about human dignity, equality, and very, very logical, but I still thought it's not really what Baba, it could be little different. So I tell everyone that go wherever, whatever is your duty. I had political science student, I'm a journalist student, so I know everything. Little reading, I kind of, but I don't allow that to influence my intellect. I still feel that it's Baba's Shrimad. Let's see what Baba says. So if you pay attention, then intellect can still remain very pure and divine and only thinking, reasoning based on Baba's Shrimad.
That's very interesting because you could be influenced by concepts such as the Human Rights Declaration or such by the UN Declaration, and you could speak from that influence, not even knowing that it's a departure from Srimad, it's a departure from what Baba has said. But you could also be influenced by people and their sanskaras, and you would think that you're representing Baba, but you're not, because you're representing the influence from that other person's sanskaras. Now, when that happens, we're not able to experience that happiness, are we? Because it's already polluted by the influences, whether it's a concept or whether it's a person's sanskara. And so that would interfere with the way we experience happiness while doing service.
My responsibility, our responsibility towards every individual who come to Baba, of their well-being, their progress. They get what Baba is giving, not what I think. And I remember someone said, oh, you stayed with Sister Gayatri for so many years, but you're not influenced by her. Yeah. And how come you two are still different personalities? So I said, I observe, I watch, I learn a lot of things I like, but I still want to maintain what I feel I am. I don't want to lose that because I'm very happy with what I am. And so it is up to all of us. You can stay with people and start kind of thinking like them, but it doesn't mean that there is clash or there is difference, But I think everyone can protect one's own original self, And even when we are deciding things, I still want to maintain those qualities. So, because, we have a lot of responsibility in the sense, if anyone comes to me for any direction or clarity, it's my duty to give them what Baba, not try to force my ideas, not try to force what because I'm not fair then. It's not, right thing to do, which some do it. One sister said, what I do, what I say, Shrimad. And I heard on phone and I said, you can't say that. It's what you're saying is Shrimad. Yes, you can say that based on Shrimad, this what I could understand, but you cannot say what I say is Shrimad. I can say, yes, this is my experience of what I understand about Shrimad, So we have to be also careful not to kind of put pressure on people to accept what I say is right and do what I am saying. I always tell people this is this, Now it's your choice. It's your choice. Later on, certain time, that soul will say, I didn't do right because my instrument had been guiding me. One day, if that was not the art is saying, and I'm just doing because the instrument is saying. So one day there could be rebel, there could be that soul feel that we were not guided as it should be. And that does happen, but that time becomes little critical. So it's not only question of I get influenced, but how much I try to influence others is also not right. We should, everyone. I learned from Dadi Prakashmani, she was very firm and all that. Whenever I went to her and said, Dadi, I think this is what I want to do or not do, she will say, okay, let's think today and tomorrow we talk again. She knew that I am a very responsible, mature person. So next morning I said, Dadi, maybe one more year I can do this. And she allowed me a day to think, discern, and decide, and then go to her. She never said, you must do this. This is right. I went, that means Dadi's always allowed us to think thoroughly, even what our question was, and then go back to them and say what you really want to do. Never it happened that, whatever you all don't know, I and some of us, when we were sent, like I was not sent, they requested that I should be in Guyana because it was a very high level political and kind of, level of service plus situations both. And they knew that I could deal with that very easily because that's what I did, help in Delhi. So Baba also, like I'm offering bhog. Dadi Janki every noon time, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, we all Gharwalas have to sit and offer bhog. Because service was there, but still Dadi Janki has always this, let Baba tell us, let Baba tell us. So I am offering bhog and Baba is saying, say yes to Guyana. Baba is saying, so next, I told that I will go. It's far, it's all right. Small country, that doesn't matter. And Dadi was very happy that I am very willing to do. I myself offered. And of course, I had beautiful time there. People love me until now. I love them too. And we have so many from Guyana. Baba's instrument. You are from Guyana, right?
I think so.
So at least.
Do you remember finding me there?
No, that's what I am saying. She was in Guyana, then she came to New York. So what I'm saying that we have to give Shrimad, then give choice, so that that soul grows with capacity to decide in the life. And that's what I learned from that is that Hari Janki also, she was very firm. And then when she will look at our faces, okay, we will decide tomorrow. And then she herself will change. Like she used to say every winter, all RCs should be there. I can't alone take care of foreigners. I am all alone here in December and nobody is there. Then we say, okay, Vedanti will come. We take turns. So she looked at, she said, no, I won't tell you. Because once I said, but that's the only time we could spend with the family Christmas and do it in a good way. And also I used to feel very cold, and all the time like heater around. And so she herself said, I won't tell you, it's okay. So it's like they give direction and then they look at us and they really give a good choice. You have to allow people to grow. You couldn't make it like puppets, sitting in front of you. There should be someone who challenges you also. It's good because they say if you are always praised, not good for your personality. When you are criticized and you answer or get ready for that, that's where you grow in a very strong way. So
I wanted to ask you, based on what you just said, this line in today's Murli, when Baba says, we get direct sustenance from God, and his sustenance is in Srimad. I remember, and I suppose those of us who came in the 70s and early 80s, that I was thinking back and wondering, how was I sustained by Baba's Srimad? Because Baba, okay, in the Murli he would say, do this, and this is how you do it, and this is the method. But I'm thinking back in my days, my early days in New York, and I don't see you doing it now, and I wonder why. But anything I do, you would call me on it. You would say to me that that was not right, or what you just did wasn't according to what should be done. And I used to react. You know, I used to react. I used to react a lot. And then, but I was looking back and I'm thinking that that is what sustenance through Srimad is, in which the seniors, and Dadi Janki, Dadi Ji, Dadi Guzar, all of them did it for us, in which they wouldn't tell you the Srimad as you do it this way and you don't do it that way, but they would be with us and we would witness them following this Srimad, and then we would do it the same way. So like in New York, Alaben would remember, you never ate unless we were with you at that table. Right, Calaban, in Queens.
That's true.
And we would then eat according to what Sister Mohini was eating. But she never told us that, you know, this is how you cook it, or this is how you eat it, or this is how you don't. But we would just follow the way she would do it, because she was engaging with, you were engaging with us, and you were following the Srimad. And then the Srimad became something that we understood by witnessing it, as being a witness to it. But today, the same things I did, and you would call me on, and you would even complain to the daddies about when I don't listen to you. And then, but today I see you just not seeing those same things when people do them. You don't call them on it in the same way. Is there a difference in the way Srimad is now sustaining the new generation, as opposed to how Srimad sustained us in the past?
There are two things. One is teachings. That means you give knowledge, you explain. Other is called shiksha. You know, like gurus, they don't teach, they give shiksha. I don't know what word to use it. It's also teachings, but it's like personal coaching in a way. It's called shiksha. So what Dadis did to us, you know, when I came in Gyan, Dadi's 14 years of tapasya, I just started my university. So it was a big gap between their 14 years of the way they said talk, and here we are, new generation, and completely different in the sense of not negative, but you know, our style, everything was different. And so, but then a time came that, but the way Dadi, especially Didi, you know, she was very, very open, frank, and tell us. But she immediately said, look, you are my friend. If this will come from outside, others will say, and you will feel bad. So I am your friend. I tell you even before they tell you. Very sweetly, they will explain us vocabulary. Our words should be of blessings. And I mean, hundreds of things I can tell we were taught, you know, about our words, about our standing and giving lecture. Or so I think that that time it was different when you could tell directly. And now is like you do it, be example. And those who really want to learn, they will follow. But those who want to follow their manmat, there are many. So they're really doing things where, for me, sometimes I drop. Can you do that? Whether in relationship or whether with students, I can't even believe it. But I don't say it. I said that soul has to realize when one knockoff, maybe second one, maybe when you are not wanted, time comes where people don't want you to be there. So if they want to learn by circumstances, they will learn because you feel that even if you say it, it won't be accepted. So I think the time has changed, but still in our lives, there are some souls who very sincerely, so in a very little way, you signal them, not good to do this, and that's enough. For some, you can say it, but still they cannot. So that time has changed. So as the time is, and as the intellect of souls, as you were saying, generation after generation is different. So to maintain our self-respect and good relationship with others, we signal it if it's necessary and if it will work. Otherwise, we just give a lot of power through mind, good wishes for them. So no more shiksha. One is vidya, other is siksha. One is education and other is personal, signal and
Yes, I remember, in my early days, I had the opportunity of sharing rooms with the two additional administrative heads in periods of my time. So when I came to New York, Sister Mohini and I shared a room for many, 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 many,
many years.
And so I learned a lot about keeping your room tidy and clean. And then with Sister Jayanti, I learned when you get off your bed, you spread it up, and how you make your bed up. And how I learned that, it's because I was sharing the room with her. Every time I go to Madhuban, I share with Sister Jayanti until recently, because now she's down in Shantiban and we share the room up in Gyan Sarovar. And I would just get off my bed and leave it undone, go to the bathroom, go to Amrit Bela, and I would come back and my bed would be all made up. And it keeps happening. And I'm saying, Sister Jayanti, why are you doing this? But she never, ever told me that this was something you need to do. And so I was saying, no, she can't make my bed up. I will have to make it up first. I will have to make it up before she could get a chance to make it up. And so I thought those were, when I look back and say, think of Srimat as sustenance, I said it was in the basic things that Allah was created for cleanliness. Keep your slate clean and clear. Keep your bed tidy.
Teaching by action.
Exactly. And with love, there was a love there also for you, because she was doing it like a big sister for a little sister, but it was a Srimat. I mean, it was part of the tidiness and the cleanliness.
Mm-hmm.
So, Sister Mohini, what's your advice to people like us in helping the new generation?
Yeah, through words, actions. But then again, as I said, as you're saying, love.
Mm.
When they know that we love them, then listening becomes easy. They don't see that you are criticizing, But one thing, younger generation, they are very, very sensible, their intellect is sharp. So what we have to be careful that internally, like we should have a lot of love and appreciation for what they're doing. But then how to be better. I remember that Bhumi Ben had a proposal in Shantivan. And I am in a person in Yagya, 60 plus years, but I've never asked for a single penny or anything. So she was saying some things, and so people were commenting, right? So she told Nirvar Bhai that here anything you say is like, it's a big family now. You are in a very big family. So big family means big talk, big things people will say. But you should just be firm, you should be very clear, and that's all. Just accept whatever they are saying. So how do young generation adopt to what we are? I remember what dadis did with us. We were in all Bombay. So one time Didi said, but what do you all feel about us? So I said, like inspectors, because I was always very outspoken, which I am known for. But she said, because when you are about to come, you have to make sure everything is this, totally is good. So all our attention is, and we don't get anything really. So if you, now like we are together, you are not at the center. She said, okay, let's have communication. So they arranged 3 days for dadis and us. We were about 16, 17 of us to talk about what we could do better. They are comfortable and what they do so that, it's like both sides should be. It created so much love, respect for each other because we had open conversation. Same is, I think, with younger generation. Sometimes it's always good to see where they could be comfortable. I remember that one time parents came with two boys and they are asking Bhumi that what would you think parents, children should do so that children have respect for parents, not like they are controlling. And she said one thing young people don't like, when you say something for them in front of others. And many instruments now, I asked one sister why you left center. She said, because she always talks about me in front of others. So I really kind of saw that what you have to say them. But if you start saying in front of their friends or even with, so somewhere what is young generation expecting from older people has to be understood a little bit. Then you can have good relationships with them. So our young generations, I have many here, look, the whole thing, many of them and many more are, because Bhumi Ben sustains a lot of young Kumaris because she always feels they should be surrendered, they should do this, they should, because of her training in that training center in Gujarat. So I think that understanding on both sides can definitely help to have, they could get sustenance, and we also know what is sustenance for them. That's another thing. In many centers, oh, we have no sense sustenance. They never get to sit as family, they never get to, there are a lot of places, so they don't feel sustained. So how do young ones, old ones, we all sit together as a family and have some good conversation like we're having now with Gayatri Band. So we can do that often, right? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sister
Thank
Bhumi.
you. Did you all enjoy? Give a big hand.
Om Shanti. Avikti Parivar. Thank you, Didi. Thank you, Gayatri. That was wonderful. And now, tomorrow, I would like to invite everyone for taking drishti from Didi and remembering Baba. But just want to revise tomorrow's schedule. Amrit Vela, 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m. Avikti Children Mali class, 5 to 5:15 p.m. 6 o'clock Bhatti will start, followed by Hindi series, English series, and Avikti journey. So now, first we will remember Baba, take drishti from Didi, and after that we will read the Avek Murli. So I invite everyone to open your video and take drishti.
सुगम बनाया तुमने, बस तेरी महिमा गाऊं। इस दिल ने जो पाया है, वो कैसे मैं समझाऊं। उपकार तुम्हारा बाबा। निश्चिंत बनाया जीवन, चिंता हरना सिखाया। हर मन की पीड़ा पीना तुमने हमको सिखाया। तुमने हमको सिखाया। तुमसे हर गुण को लेकर सबको मैं गुणी बनाऊं। इस दिल ने जो पाया है, वो कैसे मैं समझाऊं। उपकार तुम्हारा बाबा। किन शब्दों में मैं गाऊं। इस दिल ने जो पाया है, वो कैसे मैं समझाऊं। उपकार तुम्हारा बाबा।
Om Shanti, everyone. Om Shanti.